At my son's vineyard wedding, his bride giggled. $62,000 is your ticket in. My ex-wife sipped her champagne and added, or you can watch from the road. I glanced down at the invitation, didn't speak, and pressed one button on my phone. 5 minutes later, the power cut, the music stopped, a helicopter descended, landing dead center on their cake. And that was just the beginning. $62,000, Dad, Lacy said without looking up from her wedding binder. That's your ticket in. She said it like she was quoting the price of a spa day, like I wasn't standing beneath the arch where I was supposed to watch my only son get married. I blinked. My ex, Kelly, coughed out a laugh. Or, she said, twirling her stemware, you can watch from the hill, great view. That was their compromise. We were at the pre-wedding wine tasting, supposed to be a casual family moment, everything catered, everything curated, everyone smiling through clenched teeth. Lacy was spotless in linen, Kelly wore something gauzy and fake spiritual. My son, Alex, stared at his wine like it might explain everything. I waited for him to speak. Dad, this isn't about money, he mumbled, it's about showing support. Lacy's family helped a lot. I knew what that meant. Her father bought the vineyard, her mother covered the drone team. Me? I was just lucky to be inhaling their boutique Merlot air. The invitation card sat in front of me, heavy cardstock, gold-trimmed, at the bottom, in elegant calligraphy. Attendance requires contribution to Joy Fund, $62,000 minimum. 2 boxes. Accept with contribution, decline. I didn't say a word, I just pulled out my phone, scrolled, and tapped. One button, I said quietly, 5 minutes. I heard Kelly whisper something smug to Lacy, probably about how dramatic I've always been. They thought the helicopter was for drone footage. I never corrected them. This wasn't revenge, not really, it was punctuation. Exactly 4 minutes and 38 seconds later, the lights cut, the string lanterns flickered, then died, the music stopped mid-violin. Confused silence. Then came the low, mechanical thrum, a helicopter appeared above the trees. People gasped, a woman screamed. Wind tore through the vineyard, wine glasses shattered, napkins took flight, the frosting rehearsal cake, because apparently even the cake needed a trial run, lifted like it had wings. Lacy shrieked, my cake, as the fondant tower smashed into the gravel. The helicopter landed cleanly, right on the custom floral aisle runner. I didn't move, still holding the invitation, thumb resting on the remote in my pocket. And that was just the beginning. But before the fallout, let's rewind. Let me tell you how I got here. The first time I paid Alex's tuition, he texted me one word, tech. No thanks, no call, just 3 letters and a thumbs up emoji. I told myself he was busy. The second time, it was Lacy, not to say thank you, but to ask for more. Can we up the rent support? The new place doesn't include parking. Not we found a place. Not we're excited. Just another invoice wrapped in casual entitlement. It's been like that for years. After the divorce, Kelly got the house, I got the bills. I didn't fight, I wanted Alex to feel safe, that's what I told myself while I paid for his MacBooks, her yoga retreats, his internships, her detox getaways. I thought, one day, they'll see. They never did. Alex moved in with Lacy into a condo I co-signed for. They called it their freedom phase, like I wasn't still paying the water bill. Then came the wedding. It started simple, courthouse, dinner. Then her parents stepped in. Suddenly, it was a 200-guest vineyard spectacle, champagne wall, imported quartet, 3 outfit changes. I wasn't asked to help, I was handed an invoice. $62,000. I said, let me think about it. 2 days later, I saw my name in a Facebook group, vendor confirmations, the real wedding circle. Lacy posted a poll, which chair style screams generational wealth? Underneath, waiting on groom's dad's payment to finalize tent design. I hadn't agreed to anything. Then came a text from Kelly. Let's not make this harder than it needs to be, they're your family too. Translation, pay up and shut up. Alex didn't reach out. I let it go, told myself I'd deal with it at the tasting. Mistake. The day after the helicopter took out their $3,000 cake, I braced for war. Instead, I got silence. Then, the smear campaign. Lacy's cousin posted a shaky video of me standing still at the tasting. Caption. When the dad thinks it's his day #toxic masculinity #myweddingnotears. Comments exploded. Isn't he the one who walked out? Deadbeat energy. If you can't pay, just say that. They weaponized silence, and they were winning. Until I got the call. Amanda, my niece, quiet, observant, Kelly's sister's daughter. She was crying. They're lying about you in the family chat, she said. I figured, I muttered. No, they're rewriting everything, saying you refused to help, that you sabotaged the wedding, that the helicopter was your breakdown. Lacy said you were unhinged. I didn't respond. Then she sent screenshots. Dozens. From Kelly. He always had control issues. I'm honestly scared of what he might do. From Lacy. We asked nicely, he's just bitter. From Alex. He's mad the spotlight's not on him. That one broke something in me. The next morning, I drove to the storage unit I hadn't touched in years. In the back, under a box marked tax docs, was an old hard drive. Alex's high school laptop backup. I kept it, thinking someday he might want his photos. Instead, I found folders, PDFs, spreadsheets, invoices. A folder labeled, Dad helped /money with wings. Inside the folder were hundreds of receipts, bank transfers, forwarded emails, every cent I'd ever contributed. But one document stood out, a shared wedding spreadsheet. It listed every vendor, every cost, and one chilling column. Dad's share, $62,000. Not a suggestion, a requirement. Beside it, a comment from Lacy. If he doesn't pay, we cut him. Drama equals content. That was the moment I realized, I wasn't family, I was funding. Then I found the audio file. A synced voice memo, accidentally backed up from Lacy's iPhone. I pressed play. He's not coming unless we beg, she laughed. Then don't beg, her mom replied. Fine, let him sulk, we'll say he was unstable, no one questions trauma anymore. I listened to it 3 times, not because I couldn't believe it, but because I could. A week later, I got a wedding update email. The venue was now under investigation for electrical inconsistencies. Was I involved? Maybe. Did I deny it? Never. Then came the real gut punch. Alex emailed, not texted, emailed me. Hey Dad, given everything that's happened, we think it's best you don't attend. You'll be refunded your RSVP contribution. All the best, Alex. Refunded. I hadn't paid a dime toward my RSVP. So I hit reply, typed 2 words, declined refund. Then I attached the MP3, Lacy and her mom plotting my erasure, and blind CC'd every vendor from the planning doc. I signed off. From the father of the groom. Still paying, still watching. The fallout came fast. The cake designer backed out. The violinist made a cryptic TikTok about ethics in weddings. Lacy's Pinterest board was hacked, all mood boards replaced with black and white images of wedding disasters. Then Kelly emailed me. What are you doing? You'll ruin his life. You've always been jealous of anyone who loves him more than you. I didn't respond. I forwarded it to Amanda. Subject, file under gaslight. Then I called someone I hadn't spoken to in years, my brother, Mark. He left when he was 22, said the whole family was toxic. Back then, I thought he was overreacting. Now I knew, he was just early. Mark, I said, you still have that drone license? He laughed, still got the drone, too. Why? I gave him the date, the location, the exact coordinates. I didn't want footage of the wedding. I wanted footage of what came after. They cut me from the guest list without a word, after I declined to bankroll their fantasy. No call, no explanation. Just a slick little post online. Not everyone can handle joy, and that's okay. Our wedding, our peace. They didn't just exclude me, they rewrote me. Unstable, bitter, dangerous. So I pressed the button. The helicopter wasn't random, it was precision. Mark, ex-military, now in logistics, arranged the flight. I paid for the pilot, the permit. Months ago, I'd even marked the landing zone, under the guise of helping with setup. The exact center of the lawn. The same place they later put the cake. At first, the guests looked up, smiling, expecting a photo op. Then came the wind. It ripped through the decorations, upended the seating chart, shattered champagne flutes. And then, the $8,000 cake. Lifted, spun, exploded in midair like a sugary landmine. Kelly screamed. Lacy stood frozen, covered in fondant. Alex just stared, as if the wreckage was a reflection. I didn't watch the chaos. I walked through it. Calm. Toward the mic stand set up for the first dance speeches. I picked it up. No yelling, no drama. Before the dancing starts, I said, I'd like to offer the first truth. Silence. Cameras came up. Lacy rushed forward, yelling, "You're trespassing, this is harassment." I didn't even look at her. I pulled out a tablet, pressed play. Over the speakers, her voice rang out. "He's not coming unless we beg." "Then don't beg, we'll say he's unstable. No one questions trauma anymore." Gasps. That was synced from her iCloud, I said. She didn't know I still had access. She planned to frame me if I didn't pay. Lacy lunged. I stepped back. "Don't worry, there are copies, including with the venue's legal team. My card paid their deposit." Then, File 2, the wedding spreadsheet. Column E, Dad's share, $62,000. Comment, if he refuses, cut him. Drama equals content. I turned the screen toward the guests. Screenshots say more than tears. Then I invited Amanda, my niece, up to speak. She took the mic with steady hands. "Hi, I'm Amanda. I saw the group chat. I saved the messages in case they tried to lie later." She tapped the tablet. More messages appeared. "He's selfish. He'll pay eventually. If not, we cut him at the rehearsal. Makes better headlines." Kelly stood, trembling. "You can't do this, not here, not today." I met her gaze. "You did this." I'm just finishing the sentence. Lacy tried again. "You're ruining our wedding." "No," I said, "I'm answering it. You put a price on family. So I'm giving you your invoice." People started leaving. Some cried, some filmed. Alex still hadn't spoken. He looked at me once, just once. I said nothing. I left the tablet on stage, turned, and walked out as the wedding playlist resumed, pretending nothing had happened. Maybe for them, nothing had. But for me, that was the last time I ever stood in the middle of a lie and let it call itself love. The next morning, I had 37 missed calls. 12 from Kelly, 7 from Alex, 3 from a wedding influencer, and 1, oddly, from Lacy's dad. I didn't answer any of them. Instead, I made coffee, opened my laptop, posted one message. Title, "My Role in the Wedding, a Statement." No names, no rants. Just uploads. The planning doc, column E. Alex's email disinviting me. The voice memo of Lacy and her mom. Every payment receipt, venue, dress deposit, chair covers. I wrote, "This isn't revenge. It's recognition. Of patterns. Of silence. Of what happens when guilt becomes a tab you're expected to pay forever." Within an hour, 3,000 shares. By noon, viral. A wedding subreddit pinned it. A TikTok recap with piano music hit 1M views. Hashtag #JoyFunJustice. Then vendors chimed in. "We were told he refused to pay. Turns out he was the only one who did." Even the photographer pulled out. "If your wedding starts with a lie," he wrote, "I won't be the one to edit around it." That night, a podcast producer reached out. She wanted to feature me, the dad who said no. I declined. Not out of fear. Out of peace. Instead, I did something else. I didn't start a blog. I launched a brand. Declined. Minimalist, black and white. Just one message on the homepage. You don't owe toxic people your presence. Read the truth, then write your own. The files were linked, no names, no drama. Just facts. By morning, I had 3 speaking requests, 1 from a Boundaries conference, 1 from a retreat for estranged adult children, and 1 from a publisher. I didn't smile because I wanted attention. I smiled because, for the first time, I owned the narrative. The family? They didn't go quiet. Alex posted a blurry Instagram story. Blood is thicker than screenshots. Lacy dropped a tearful TikTok. We were just trying to protect our peace. And Kelly? She wrote a 900-word Facebook post titled, "When Narcissists Invade Holy Days," compared me to a deranged saboteur. Then tagged my mother. We hadn't spoken in years. But Mom commented, "I warned you what would happen if you kept treating him like a debit card." Just like that, their echo chamber cracked. Then came the twist. Lacy's first fiancé messaged me. Said he saw the files. Said it made sense now. Said thank you. Then he sent a screenshot, a thread from Lacy in a private Discord, outlining how to leverage trauma optics for brand deals. He forwarded it to one of her sponsors. 48 hours later, her skincare collab dropped her. The brand released a statement: "We stand for empathy, not weaponized narratives." I didn't post about it. Didn't need to. Some wins don't need applause. Only peace. Instead, I made a few changes. I got a new number. Set a voicemail that says, "If you're calling to apologize, it's already been accepted, by me, for me, not for you." I moved. Not far, just far enough. A solar-powered cabin outside Mendocino. Paid in full. The sign by the mailbox? Declined. Steel letters, matte black. Some build fences. I built a sentence. It's quiet out here. No drones, no dad texts. No guests. Just wind through the trees. Gravel under boots. And the occasional fox who thinks I owe him breakfast. And for the first time in my life, I don't owe anyone anything. 2 weeks after the fallout, a letter came. Actual mail. It was from Alex. 3 pages, handwritten, folded clean. It started, "I know I didn't defend you. I know I let it happen. But I didn't know how deep it went. I really didn't." It wasn't an apology. It was a receipt of guilt, stamped too late. I didn't reply. Because closure doesn't come from "I'm sorry." It comes from realizing you weren't crazy. Lacy'd med me too. One line: "You ruined my life." I left it on read. People mistake silence for weakness. Let them. Sometimes silence is just peace that stopped justifying itself. Funny thing, when people realize they can't use you, they either vanish, or try to join your healing, too late. Kelly did both. First, she disappeared. Then she came back, as a healing coach. Posted a Canva quote over a lavender sky: "Sometimes the villain is just someone who finally said no." I nearly laughed. She wasn't wrong. She just didn't know it was about her. I didn't build a brand out of this. I built a life. Opened a consultancy, remote, quiet, personal. Helping people set boundaries with their families. My first workshop? How to say no without writing a novel. Sold out in 2 days. I named the land, too. The cabin's not on any map, no tags, no location. But the sign on the gate? RSVP, still declined. Steel letters. Same font as the wedding invite. Except this one doesn't ask for money. This one means, "I'm done." Sometimes hikers pass by the gate. They stop. Look at the sign. Look up at the trees. Wonder, is this really the guy who dropped a helicopter on a wedding cake? Yeah. I am. Not because I needed revenge, but because I needed air. I don't check the family chat anymore. Amanda left. Alex is still in it, silent, apparently. Kelly posts quotes. Lacy pops in with MLM links. Same as ever. I don't read it. Because I'm not in it. I don't regret the money. Or the silence I broke. Or the storm I started. You can't regret saving yourself. That's what this was. Not a tantrum. Not vengeance. Just the moment I turned off the faucet, and watched everyone panic, when entitlement ran dry. Last week, the delivery guy looked at the sign. Why declined? I smiled. Because some invitations aren't worth answering. And that was the last sentence I owed anyone.